Grovekeeper is an RTS tower defense game where you take on the role of a forest and defend it from loggers and poachers. Is what I said probably 500 times over the course of PAX Oz. We were lucky enough to be chosen by Screen New South Wales, shout out, to represent our glorious state at the Games Convention held in Melbourne. Thousands of game enthusiasts flooded the floor of the exhibition centre, all eager to see the latest and greatest in the video game world, both AAA and indie. I was unsure about this going in. The last time we exhibited the game was in 2024 at South by Southwest Sydney, and I had the distinct feeling during and afterwards that we were punching a little above our weight. The game was okay, but lacking polish and cohesion, and it felt like we were children invited to the grown-ups table. After completely recreating the game in a new project file, at PAX in 2025, I'm feeling really good about the game. We had a great reaction to the demo, and so many people resonated with the environmental theme and nostalgic gameplay. Something that sets Grovekeeper apart from the sea of city builders and resource management games out there is that where in those games you spend most of the game cutting down trees or harvesting resources from the environment, in ours you're doing everything in your power to stop the environment from being harvested, and that is in turn how you gain resources. It's a largely conceptual difference, and ultimately you're still clicking on the map to build your trees, but this subtle difference seemed to really engage the people who were stopping at our booth to hear about the game. The demo we brought to PAX featured two levels, Ironwood and Wormturn Road. The first one, Ironwood, begins under the cover of night. A short cinematic introduces you to the game, a fragile patch of ancient forest on the edge of human industry, and then it's over to you. Your first task is simple. Grow. You plant trees across the map, and as the sun rises, those trees create Maegen, the life force of the grove. It's your main resource, and every decision you make flows from it. You can use Maegen to summon guardians, ancient spirits inspired by Celtic, Norse, and Slavic mythology. Each one has its own strengths, its own personality, and its own way of protecting the forest. Once your grove is ready, you press Begin Day, and the human world awakens. Loggers and poachers march in, trying to harvest the trees and wildlife you've nurtured, and your guardians rush to defend them. Every day, the forest grows a little stronger. Wildlife returns, rabbits, deer, boar, drawn to the safety of the trees. And that wildlife isn't just decoration. The more life that thrives in your grove, the more powerful your spells become. You have a magical rune that heals your units, a big meteor that you summon from the sky to destroy your human oppressors, and kelpies, the Celtic water spirit that comes out of the rivers to trample your foes. You collect your Maegen, your wildlife increases, and you choose a new perk. Maybe more efficient trees, or more resilient guardians. Then night falls once more and the cycle begins again. It's a simple loop: grow, defend, adapt. As Jody McGregor says in his pcgamer article about the game, it's just enough strategic decision making to make you think, even if it's largely a game of clicking your blobs on the enemy and watching those damn humans get what they deserve, the jerks. Getting a write-up from pcgamer was a nice surprise, and to see that they picked up on the core experience of the game was a great morale boost. To read the full article, go to the link in the description. We found that we're straddling two worlds. Hardcore RTS fans and more casual strategy gamers who fondly remember playing Age of Empires when they were kids. The RTS players need to be catered to with features like control groups and sharp responsive controls. The casual fans don't want to be overwhelmed with too many menus or complicated gameplay. So with Grovekeeper, we've been trying to meet both groups halfway, giving the hardcore players the control and feedback they crave without losing that sense of flow and clarity that casual players love. It's about depth without friction. You can master hotkeys, create control groups, and optimize your grove if that's your style. Or you can just build, summon, and watch the chaos unfold. Both play styles are valid and both feel good. The trick has been to design systems that scale with the player. They open up if you dig deeper, but they never demand that you do. That way, Grovekeeper stays true to its vision. An RTS that feels alive, emotional, and tactile, without turning into an arms race of menus and mechanics. Because at its heart, Grovekeeper isn't about actions per minute, it's about connection per play session. We want every player, no matter their skill level, to feel that connection to the forest they're protecting. We came back from PAX with a lot of gratitude for everyone who played, who shared feedback, and who told us their own stories about the games they grew up on. Grovekeeper has always been about protecting something you love, and in a way, that's what this community has become for us. If you'd like to help shape the future of the game, we're opening the Grove to new playtesters. Join our Discord and you can get a Steam key for the closed beta. test new features, give feedback, and be a part of the game as it grows. And if you want to help Grovekeeper reach even more players, add it to your wishlist on Steam. It really does make a difference. So thank you so much for following along so far. If you've enjoyed this even remotely, please like and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate that. So until next time, thanks so much. Peace, love, Unity 3D.